Yo, peace. Today I'm coming at you with the secret science of everything in life. And the reason why I'm calling this recording that is because it's a lot of misinformation, obviously. And I'm not really going to add on to the misinformation. I'm just going to speak direct, plain, and clear. No bullshit, none of that shit. So we're going to get right into it. The first thing I want to speak on is economics and money because this is what everybody wants, right? Because just think about this for a minute. People get into this manifestation shit trying to manifest money. Now, on the surface, it's like, what's wrong with manifesting money? But just take a look at it. You are trying to manifest money. The whole point of manifestation is to go past the money. You do not know or you do not need to know how to manifest in order to generate money. You can get a fucking job. You get what I'm saying? That is a form of manifestation, but that's not what I'm talking about. You have people who are coming into this spiritual lifestyle, into this spiritual journey, and once they get into this phase of it, they're like, oh, I can manifest out of thought. Okay, cool. Let me manifest money. Now, who are they really giving their energy to? Because if the only thing you're thinking about is manifesting money, when you can manifest literally anything, from nothing comes something, and the only thing you're thinking about is money, there's a problem there. You get what I'm saying? You're bringing old conditioning into new concepts. This is why people have a hard time doing it, because you have to drop all that old bullshit still lingering in your mind. I don't give a fuck what your background is, Christian, Muslim, Hindu. Know what I mean? If you on some fucking Chinese shit, Japanese shit, African shit, all that, whatever. Do not bring that old shit into the new shit. Just don't do it. Don't try to mix that shit in, because they exist on their own. And if anything, get into the Gnostics, the Sufism. Know what I mean? The fucking Kabbalah. You get what I'm saying? Get into the esoteric sciences, because these motherfuckers are not talking about manifesting money. Get off that. If you really just want money, get a fucking job. That's just what it is. If that's all you think about, that's all you want to manifest, just get a fucking job. This is not for you. You get what I'm saying? The second thing is education. Why are so many people so ignorant? Is it really because the schools are not teaching us shit, or is it because of fear? Because at the end of the day, if you're depending on school to teach you everything you need to know about life, school has never been here for that reason. School has been here to teach you how to be an employee. School was never invented to teach motherfuckers how to live life, how to enjoy life, how to be sovereign. School doesn't teach you any of this shit. So if you're expecting the education to get better in order to, do something with your life that you couldn't do before, you wasting your fucking time. I don't give a fuck what college you went to. I don't give a fuck what degree you hold. That doesn't make you nobody. How many other motherfuckers did the exact same thing you did? That ain't shit special. You get what I'm saying? The real education is when you are self-taught, when you understand things based on the way you operate. Because when you understand things from the way you operate and the way your mind works, when you understand life from the perspective you live it, that's when life becomes spiritual and magical, because now you can do things based on how you think and not how somebody else is trying to get you to think. If you can feel that. You get what I'm saying? The next thing is politics. What's up with people believing in change? We have had, if you were in America, we had 40-something presidents, 40 plus, and they all been talking that same shit. Change. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. But we see no change. What change do motherfuckers really see? What changes do you see in the last 100 years? The only change that you see is technology, but that doesn't really make people do anything different. It just give you an excuse not to utilize your mind. Motherfuckers is caught up with the iPhone 6. They caught up with the latest Android. They caught up with the latest computers and shit. But at the end of the day, does that make you a better person? Does that make your mind more brilliant? Because what motherfuckers do, how many people actually know numbers by heart at this point? It's cutting off your mind power. The reason why people feel stagnant is because they are not utilizing their mind. When they want to remember something, they put it in their phone or they write it down. What happened to your memory? This is why people's memories is fucked up, because they're not using it. They're not remembering their dreams. They don't care to. They don't care to, like when we were children, just do creative little stories in your head and write poetry and just do music just for the fun, for the love. Not because you're going to become somebody famous, but just for the pure love of it. We don't see that anymore because it doesn't exist in the mainstream. Not on the planet, because yes, there are people who still do it for the love, but that's not really being portrayed in the mainstream. That's not what you're going to see on the TV. You feel me? The next thing we're going to talk about is religion. Because religion is like people's backbone. Like, this is what people stand on no matter what. We're an American Christian country, or we are, an Islamic country, or, country of Muslims, whatever the fuck you want to claim. But what the fuck is religion? Religion is just a set of traditions or rituals that you follow daily, which most people don't do. They used to do it back in the day. Your grandmother, your grandfather, they probably prayed every night. But what young nigga or just young soul in period, who's fucking doing this shit like it should be done? You don't see that shit. You get what I'm saying? So religion is just being used as a blanket for bullshit. Because motherfuckers know all I gotta do is go to church every Sunday and my sins are forgiven. Because at least I go to church. That's how motherfuckers look at it. They're lazy with this shit. You get what I'm saying? It's more of a emotional thing for people. It's more of we're going here to get guidance, but you're not listening. Nobody's listening. People hear, but people don't listen. What's the difference between hearing and listening? Hearing is okay, you hear sound. Listening is when you actually cut your mind off. There's a difference. You can hear sounds all day, every day, but that don't mean you're going to cut your mind off. You actually cut your mind off so the sounds can flow through you. That's when you are listening. So you can allow things to flow through you and not you just hearing shit. You get what I'm saying? So we're going to move right along to basically what the economics, the education, the politics, and the religion, what are they all promoting? They're promoting ideas and concepts, not facts. You get what I'm saying? Weed is illegal because they made it illegal over some bullshit. If you don't know your history, I'm not even going to go into the history. Just know it's bullshit. You get what I'm saying? Don't take my word for it. Do your research. But all drugs are illegal because of bullshit. They do not want niggas coming up. They do not want people being independent and doing their own thing. They want you to be dependent on the government. They want you to be a slave. That is the deal. They don't want people to be free. Why do you think people still asking for freedom in 2015? Obviously, motherfuckers ain't free. And they know that shit. And this is why motherfuckers rebelling. I ain't got no problem with the rebellion, but at the end of the day, what the fuck you asking for? You got to take the shit. You got to take it and claim it. If you ain't taking it and you ain't claiming it, you're asking for freedom, liberation, you're wasting your fucking time. Let's just be real. Let's be adults. We're not kids. So like I was saying, at the end of the day, what these people promote are ideas and concepts, not facts. And these ideas and concepts become laws that slaves follow. Because if you got your money right, you can get off. You get hit with a charge, that shit get swept under the rug. So if your money is good, you ain't even got to fucking follow the law like that. But for the ones who ain't got their money right, you break a law, that's your ass. You get what I'm saying? And Again, I'm emphasizing that they are ideas and concepts. They are not real facts. It was based on what the fuck was going on in someone else's head. Someone else's mind invented laws. Then they are enforced by the police. So everybody going around saying fuck the cops, fuck the police. The police do the dirty work. Let's just be real. Police are in place to do the dirty work, to keep slaves in line. That's it. They are not the ones making the laws. They just enforce it. The reason why police are all up in the hood and shit, because motherfuckers don't own their cribs. They are property of the bank. So the police are simply protecting property of the bank. That's what a fucking police officer is and has always been. Protectors of banks and businesses, not people. They can give a fuck. And people know this. But at the end of the day, they're like, oh, we're helpless. We can't do anything. Well, at the end, just get a fucking job. At the end of the day, if you feel helpless, just get a fucking job and don't say shit. Don't protest. Don't do none of that shit. If it ain't gonna do shit, why the fuck do it? Just get a fucking job and be a slave. You get what I'm saying? Don't come out here claiming to be spiritual and all this shit and you still fucking thinking like a slave. If you spiritual, you should not be concerned about no white cop killing no black nigga. That should not be on your fucking radar. Because at the end of the day, what is it? It's death and rebirth. If you spiritual, you understand death and you understand rebirth. Why the fuck are you mad about somebody getting killed? But you spiritual. How the fuck you spiritual? That is a spiritual process, death and rebirth. It happens all day, every day. What is the fucking problem? The problem is emotions. Motherfuckers are caught up in their emotions and they're caught up in humanity. Oh, that shouldn't have happened. Well, he shouldn't have been shot. He shouldn't have been killed. This shouldn't have happened. Like, yo, that's your fucking emotions. Get the fuck out of your goddamn emotions and accept reality for what it is. At the end of the day, you're going to die. I don't give a fuck whether it's about a bullet, a car, a train, or by sickness. You're going to die. I don't give a fuck how healthy you are, how spiritual you are. Your body is going to die. What the fuck is the problem with dying? So what? You got killed. What's wrong with death? Death is a reward if you really want to be real. Death is not a punishment. You have to be magnetized to even experience death. Try to kill yourself right now and see if you are successful. If you are successful, you were supposed to die at that moment. If you're not, then you was not supposed to die. It's just that fucking simple. You can't even kill yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you will have to be like an emotional wreck to even have the courage to even fucking slice your own wrist or some shit or put a gun in your head. You're just not thinking about that shit on a daily basis. You get what I'm saying? So we're going to keep it moving. We ain't even about to deal with no more of that shit. So the next thing I want to talk about is diet. See, in America, there's so many different varieties of food that people literally kill themselves just overindulging in food. See, just from this perspective, just for a second, think about the jungle. Most animals only eat certain things. For example, a panda only eats bamboo. That's what it spends majority of its day doing, is eating that one bamboo, right? So in our natural environment, we were not eating recklessly. That's what motherfuckers are doing nowadays. You're eating reckless. One day you eat chicken, the next day you eat cow, the next day you eat pig, the next day you eat lamb. It's like, what the fuck? So in 1 week, you done ate 3 different types of meat? And you think you're going to be healthy? And I ain't even telling nobody to fucking stop eating meat. If you want to eat the shit, but at least eat one type. Don't fucking be eating all types of meat in the same fucking week. At least fucking break that shit up if you want to eat the shit. If you want to eat chicken, then make sure you don't eat beef or a pig for at least a week. If you're trying to be healthy, because all this variety of foods and these fucking food mixing, you should not be eating You should not have 3 different things on your fucking plate. Meat and potatoes and that's bullshit. Fucking hamburger and fucking fries. Fuck all that combination shit. Eat one thing at a fucking time. And you know what? That would be hard for the average person to do because we have been brought up on bullshit. We have been brought up to kill ourselves. We have been brought up on just fucking chemicals, just ODing on chemicals or pharmaceutical drugs. They don't want you dealing with the street drugs. They want you dealing with the pharmaceutical drugs and the chemicals in the food. That's how motherfuckers get high. Them sugar rushes, them salt rushes. You get what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is on that shit forever. You get what I'm saying? Let's keep it moving. Next thing is rituals. Motherfuckers are not doing rituals. How many people are saying they grace before they eat? How many people are saying their prayers before they go to bed? I don't give a fuck what you believe in. You're supposed to say something. You're supposed to say something when you wake up. Like, yo, shit, I'm still here. You may not fucking be here tomorrow. Ain't nobody guaranteed life. You guaranteed death, but you ain't guaranteed to fucking be alive for the next 50, 60 years. You may not be alive that long. So for you to wake up and still be able to experience life and do whatever the fuck you want to do, that's a blessing. You should be grateful for that shit. You like, yo, I'm still alive. There's a lot of motherfuckers who didn't make it. There's a lot of motherfuckers who are not alive, who fucking died. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And the best example of this is with, like, if you look at a shaman. What is a shaman? A shaman is one who basically goes into the spiritual realm through the use of drugs, natural drugs, and bring back information that can transform people's lives. That's what a shaman is. But at the end of the day, a shaman holds his rituals firm, meaning you can look it up on Google, like shaman like rites of passage or shaman rituals, and you can see like these motherfuckers have to go through some rigorous shit. Some of them get buried alive. Some of them have to be in the woods by themselves and fast and do all these things. Like, it ain't easy. It's not easy to just heal people. Everybody want to be a light worker or a healer. You know what I mean? It ain't for everybody because you have to live your life a certain way. And when you work a job, you don't have to. When you work a job, you can eat however reckless you want to eat. You can fuck however reckless you want to fuck. You know what I mean? You're not set by any rules. But when you call yourself a healer, you call yourself a spiritual person, there's certain rules that you should follow. You don't have to, obviously. But don't be fucking upset when you still are susceptible to the same shit that unspiritual niggas are susceptible to. And again, let me define what spiritual is. Spiritual is not fucking like as if some people are spiritual, some people are not. We are all spiritual beings having a human experience. So let's just get that clear. So when I'm saying spiritual, I'm talking about you're supposed to be an elite class of person, not classism, not better than somebody, but you should be striving to be healthy at least. You should be concerned about your health. You should be bettering your health or staying healthy at least. If nothing else, make sure your health is on point at all times. If you do nothing else, when you look into astrology, you look into the zodiac. What is the first fucking sign? Aries. What does Aries deal with? Self-image. What is self-image? Health. What's the second one? Taurus deals with wealth. Everybody want wealth, right? They want money. They want the material things. They want this. They want that. But they completely skip the first shit. Self-image. Knowledge of self. Health. Health is wealth. Health is always first. You cannot be wealthy and you do not have your fucking health because you're eating reckless. It's not going down. You get what I'm saying? So let's just keep this shit moving. The next thing is artificial lights. Lately, I've been in the closet, just, fasting. I've been doing dry fasting, which is no food, no water for a few days. And just being, in the closet for about an hour or two, just pure blackness. And just allowing my imagination to expand. And what I have found is that When I come out of the closet, the darkness, the complete blackness, I always feel refreshed. Like, what the fuck just happened? Just spending an hour or two in a fucking closet heals you. What I realize is when I would smoke weed, I would smoke, get high, and I would sit my ass in a fucking closet. And to my amazement, I get higher in darkness, in complete darkness. But when I'm around artificial lights, when I'm eating recklessly, my high just completely diminishes. So I'm talking about this from experience. Get y'all asses in the fucking closet and fast and just detox from life. I spoke about this in my earlier videos, just detoxing from life because it's needed. Because if you get too caught up in this matrix, you ain't going nowhere. You get what I'm saying? You got to keep this shit real with yourself. The next thing I want to talk about is identity crisis. Because basically everybody's going around with titles. Drop all titles. This is the point of being spiritual. When you say you are spiritual, that means you are titleless. You are not going by titles. Regardless of what people think spiritual may mean, spiritual means no titles. That means of spirit. That means formless. That means there is no title. I am not a title. Don't call me by no fucking title. This is why there's so many different ways of life, even though you may be spiritual, like I was saying in earlier videos as well. There's people from all types of backgrounds. So when you say you are spiritual, that means I don't hold a title and I'm open to all things and all people. That's what the fuck that shit means. It ain't no fucking cliques. Or we this, we that. No, if you spiritual, then be spiritual. Be open to all things and all people. Simple as that. You shouldn't be claiming shit. Because you put yourself in a box when you claim shit. So the next thing is the TV. The TV takes the place of the sun in most people's lives. Because where do they get all their information from? The TV. Not the sun. Motherfuckers don't even want to go outside. How long is the average person outside? Probably not that long. From their home to their car to their job to their school back home. So they probably spent, I don't know, fucking who knows how long they was actually outside. And when they was outside, it was just in transition. How many people are actually posted outside just chilling, just kicking it? You don't really see too much of that. Motherfuckers is like they scared of the sun. You got motherfuckers walking around with umbrellas in broad daylight. Like, what? How the fuck you walking around with an umbrella? The sun ain't gonna do shit to you. But you got motherfuckers scared of the sun, but they keep that TV on all day, every day. They keep that shit beaming. You know what I'm saying? And you staring into that shit. And that's your source of information. It's the fucking TV. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. People have become cave dwellers. Your home has become a prison or a cave because you don't want to leave that motherfucker. Or you scared. You're fearful. And you push that shit on your kids. We push that shit on our children is a better way of saying it. We put fear in our kids. Oh, the government may kill you. Oh, this is going to do this. You need to get a job. It's not good to follow your passions and be an artist or a musician if that's what you want to do. No, you have to get the law degree. You got to be a doctor. It's like, motherfuckers have been saying this shit for, god damn. We in 2015. Why the fuck are we still talking to our kids like it's 1910 or some shit? Get with the fucking program. You get what I'm saying? So we're going to keep it moving. See, this is what drives people to the underworld. You know I had to talk about the fucking underworld because when people finally stop giving a fuck, this is when people become drug dealers, they become killers, they actually start using drugs. You know what I mean? They start being prostitutes, pimps, hustlers, etc., etc., etc. because they're like, yo, I'm not fucking following this bullshit matrix system, so I'm going to make my own money. I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to go completely legit, etc., etc., etc. I ain't got to break down the whole fucking plan because most motherfuckers ain't even built like that. You get what I'm saying? So the whole point of a person going to the underworld is to be sovereign. To be sovereign is our birthright. Because again, this is our land. The corporation of the United States is a corporation on top of land that is ours by birth. It is your birthright to smoke weed all fucking day. It's your birthright to have a home. It's your birthright to have children. It's your birthright to have everything in abundance. Again, in our natural state, everything is already in abundance. It wasn't until motherfuckers came in destroying the plants and the trees and the forests, our natural environment, and building corporations on top of it, that shit started to seem like it's not enough. You got motherfuckers like, oh, it's never enough money. Well, shit, money is not even backed by a natural resource at this point. So it's really just paper that's printed in factories. They can print as much as they fucking want to, and they can regulate it however the fuck they choose. They can make as much money as they want. It is not backed by natural resources. Money used to be based on weight, how much weight of gold you had or silver or whatever the case is. Since it's not that case anymore, it's the same paper, just using different ink. The only difference between a 1, a 5, a 10, a 20, a 50, and a 100 is the ink on the paper. Because it is not backed on no natural resource. So how the fuck can it not be enough money? How the fuck do motherfuckers not have enough to pay people over minimum wage? It doesn't make any sense. We should have an abundance of money since it isn't backed by a natural resource. You don't have to even do shit. But they give you this idea. They give you this image. They paint this picture in your mind. They sell you this American dream, and motherfuckers believe it. And this is why motherfuckers are not successful. Because they want to regulate your shit. They want you to be an artist and sign a record deal so they can rape you and exploit you. This is what I would say, if you are an artist, if you are independent, if you don't even know what you want to do yet, you just know that you don't want to be a slave, I suggest you fast. And I suggest you be homeless for a week. See if you can survive that. If you can survive that without going back home to your parents, you know what I mean? You may be built for the shit, but if that shit just seems insane to you, then just get a fucking job and stay in school. That's just what it is. If you cannot survive on the streets, where the spirits are, the tree spirits, the herbs, the plants, people, you scared of the fucking streets? You scared of nature? If you scared of nature, then yeah, you should be a fucking cave dweller. That's what you should be if you scared of nature. So we're going to keep it moving. The mindset of the artist, the drug dealer, the businessman is by any means necessary. So you have to drop your humanity. See, this is what happened. You can say, well, how does a drug dealer fucking sell drugs and destroy the community? How does pimps prostitute women? And how does fucking the hustlers and the gamblers, how they get over on people? Like, they drop their humanity. They drop their emotions. That's what you always hear. You can't bring your humanity or your emotions into this game. You can't, because it will kill you. If you go around feeling bad about what you're doing, then what the fuck are you doing it for? By any means necessary. That means if you got to sell drugs to come up out the hood and to become legit, invest in businesses. If that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. Just be real with yourself. Because if you don't want to do that, if you do not want to drop your humanity, and you don't want to drop your emotions, you want to keep your humanity and you want to keep your emotions in this shit, then just get a fucking job. There's no secret to this shit. There ain't nothing hard about that. If you are not built, just get a job. That's what they are for. They are for people who are not built for this shit. If you ain't built to be on the streets, then just get a fucking job. It's as simple as that. Don't claim to be spiritual. Don't claim none of that shit. Just be a Christian and have a fucking job and be like everybody else. Simple as that. So this is what people mean by you have to take and claim freedom. I'm not even going to say, I made this shit up. What am I talking about? That's what I mean. You want freedom, you got to take it and you got to claim it. It's not going to be given. How can another man or a system give you freedom that is naturally yours? The Indians were not asking for fucking freedom. The Native Americans, whatever you want to call them, our ancestors. Because most of us are from this fucking country. Most of us are not from Africa. Most of us are not from overseas. That is a fucking lie. Most of us were already fucking here. If you do not believe me, show me a fucking slave ship. We talk about them, right? Where the fuck are they at? What museum are they in? They don't exist. Show me where the fuck the slave ships are. What does that tell you? We were already here. Already in this country, holding shit down. Getting high as fuck, smoking that weed, smoking that tobacco, LSD, DMT, shrooms, all that hard shit, cocaine from the coca leaf, all drugs. We were just high as fuck, living life, just chilling around this motherfucker. Best believe that's how the fuck it was. How else would it be? You got drugs in abundance. Why the fuck wouldn't you be high? It's herbs, it's natural. It was set here for us to use. Why the fuck would God make drugs and ban them? What sense do that make? Why would we create drugs? If you in that mindset, why would we create drugs just not to use them? It doesn't make any sense. Drop that humanity and that emotion if you a fucking real nigga or a real bitch. I don't give a fuck how y'all feel about this shit. So, next thing I'm going to talk about is prayer. Prayer is used to stop worry. If you worried about how you going to pay your bills, how you going to do this, how you going to do that, you're supposed to use prayer to destroy the worry, not to pray and still worry. That doesn't make any sense. Whether you praying to a God, you praying to yourself, you talking to God, you talking to yourself, you talking to spirits, whatever you want to do. Drop the worry. If you pray, you should not be worrying. Why would you pray and still worry? You're wasting your time. But people have forgotten the sacredness of prayer, of just communicating with nature, communicating with yourself, communicating with your subconscious, communicating with the past, present, and future all at the same time. People have forgotten this shit. Because motherfuckers, chasing dollars and hoes. You know what I'm saying? So, next thing is breath. When you're nervous, worried, fearful, all that, your breath pattern changes. Because the number one thing that is not regulated is your breath, is our breath. Because when your breath is regulated, you do not have worry. You don't have no type of negative thoughts. Just look at it. Just think right now. Pause the video, do whatever the fuck you want to do, and just listen to that chatter in your mind. Because there's always chatter, right? And most people are not sitting around with a quiet ass mind unless you high. You know what I'm saying? Just listen to the chatter. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of humanity and emotions. It is emotions going through you. Do not own your emotions. They just simply flow through you. However, if you regulate your breath, now I've given fucking breathing techniques, but you can pick whatever fucking one you want. You regulate your breath, you realize that those thoughts cease. You don't keep having stupid thoughts. Regulating your breath, taking deep breaths, holding your breath. Take an exhale, hold it again. That's it. Breathe in 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds before you breathe in again. A full cycle. If you do that shit for an hour, you know what I'm saying? Not only are you charging up your body, you're healing yourself, clearing your mind, you're going to feel great. And you're not going to be having negative thoughts. So you see, it's really about our breath not being regulated because nobody's talking about that shit. Like, oh, well, what the fuck does your breathing have to do with thoughts? Well, if you think about it, what the fuck is consciousness? Because if you stop breathing, you lose consciousness. So the breath is connected to consciousness. Otherwise, why the fuck would we need to breathe? Breathing is more important than food or water. You cannot go without breathing for longer than a few minutes without fucking losing consciousness. What the fuck does that tell you? So obviously, our consciousness is connected with our breath. So for us to act like it's not important to regulate our breath, you know what I mean? I ain't even got to say no shit about that. So the next thing is sleep. Motherfuckers are not sleep. Why? Because you're going to bed with all these worries. You're bullshitting. And you end up not getting adequate rest, which makes you restless, which makes you irritable, which makes you more prone to mistakes and bullshit. The reason why so much chaos or appear to be so much chaos in this world because motherfuckers are restless. You deserve sleep. I don't give a fuck how bad shit is. I don't give a fuck if you're getting put out tomorrow. At least owe it to yourself to get a good night's rest. Like, all right, it's gonna be a tough day tomorrow, but I'm gonna sleep good tonight. You deserve that. You deserve a good night's sleep. Whether it's 8 hours or 4 hours or whatever your sleep pattern is, you deserve rest. You ain't supposed to just be out here fucking restless and act like you going somewhere. It's just a bunch of running in circles. If you restless, you have to be fully charged if you really want to manifest and create. It takes energy. You get what I'm saying? So, the last thing. It really ain't no last thing. It's just the whole point of me even expressing this, because I know I took 2 weeks off. I had to detox, Like I don't do this YouTube shit because I ain't got shit else to do. This is just strictly for people who are of a divine mindset, who can go past humanity, who can go past emotions, who can go past all the bullshit, because it's going to always be bullshit. There's going to always be something that you're supposed to care about. You do not have to care about none of the shit going on in the world. It is a choice. You do not have to care. You do not have to care about what people think, what people are doing, what's going on in the world. You do not have to care about none of this shit. You don't. You don't have to give a fuck. Say that shit. Wake up. I don't give a fuck. Say that shit 5 times. I don't give a fuck. 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 And I really don't give a fuck. And go out, start your day off. Like you just really just get fucking mad and shit. Like, God damn it. This world just makes me not give a fuck. Fuck the world. Go out here like, I'm about to die today. What the fuck would you do? This is your last day on earth. What the fuck would you do? You probably would do a lot of shit. Make that day your everyday, and you wouldn't have anything to complain about. You would be doing way too much to be concerned about your fucking bank account and all this bullshit that you shouldn't be even concerned about anyway. Smoke some weed. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what your goddamn religion is or why you choose not to indulge in drugs. Indulge in drugs. I don't give a fuck what drug it is. As long as it's natural. If it's natural, it is not going to harm you. Nature is not going to harm you. What happens is people think drugs harm them, but really drugs just detox you. For example, people, with the ayahuasca plants and the mixture to get the DMT effect. Most of the time, people throw up after, drinking the tea, if you do your research. It makes you throw up. But after you throw up, you cool. It's the same thing with fucking, I think it was heroin or some shit. It's the harder drugs it hits you harder. Yeah, you may throw up. You may fucking have some bodily reactions that you might not get from weed. But at the end of the day, it cleanses you and it detoxes your body. Try it. Try some shrooms. Try some hard shit and see what the fuck happens. If you're too scared, then fuck it. Get a job. Because that's the only reason why you shouldn't be doing drugs, because out of fear of losing your job. But again, that's fear, so I can't really fuck with you on that level. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all this shit because, no, I don't have a job. I'm 10 toes down with this shit. I do this shit full time. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm able to just talk like this, because, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. I am not concerned with living long and being, this master of metaphysics. I don't give a my ego is not in this shit. It's not about ego. This is about, just be real about whatever you claim to be. If you claim anything, just be serious. Just be, if you a man, be masculine. If you a feminine man, then be feminine. If you a feminine woman, be feminine. If you a masculine woman, be masculine. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't doing none of that. Okay, you have to be a certain way. Every male is not built to be a macho nigga. Every woman is not built to be super feminine. People are going to be whatever the fuck they want to be. Know what I mean? If people want to be gay, let them be gay. Let motherfuckers live. It is not that serious. You got people that hate gays, calling them faggots and shit. It's like, yo, who the fuck is you really talking to? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it really that serious? And you only thinking about that because of your fucking religion, because religion was teaching you that there's something wrong with being gay. It's not your own mind. You wasn't thinking about none of that shit as a child. You weren't like, oh, well, he's gay. I'm not going to play with that nigga. What the fuck? You don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Drop all that shit and you will see how your life changes dramatically. We are weighed down by outdated and bullshit religion systems. I don't give a fuck how nobody feel about it. So, you know what I mean? Let me get off this mic. Y'all take it easy. Peace. Hotep. Check out the website. It's my name. .wordpress.com. asharenu for those who never heard it. And that's a reason why I don't use it really, because it ain't about me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't come on fucking saying, oh, well, I'm this, I'm that. I ain't got no intros. I ain't got none of that. I just do this shit just because I want to. Just for the pure love of just seeing evolution within us. I know our potential. Know yours. So that's what it is. Hip hop, peace, hotep.